What is munchies? Essentially, little crusty.
All right, folks, we can call this meeting to order. We're going to have the invocation and pledge allegiance. If everybody wouldn't mind standing. Lord, we ask you to give the board members wisdom and guidance as we deliberate on the issue before us. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag. May be good. All right, I'm going to call for a motion to approve the agenda. Looking for a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against, nay, since it's only three of us. Passed. Old business. This is the minutes from January 7th, 2005, the zoning appeals meeting. I'm going to ask for a vote to approve the minutes as written.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay,
I'll second.
okay, and then that passed. Chris, you want to swear in?
If anyone wants to speak tonight or thinks that they're going to speak, please stand up. Keep it. Raise your right hand. And say, I swear to tell the truth.
I swear to tell the truth.
That's it.
We're good.
Wow.
Sworn in. That's like short.
I know, I forgot that
We
paper.
weren't gonna make
so
you
we were
do all
like-
that.
Abbreviation.
Yeah.
All right, so this is in consideration of the variance request to approve a concrete patio to remain in the side setback 16 inches from the property line on parcel 042-04-00093, located at 239 Garden Gate Circle East in Magnolia Walk, and the Zone Plan Development District. Chris, if you want to give a presentation?
Yeah, it's going to be a brief presentation from me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and go to the variance conditions that you guys are going to be looking at today. Okay, so I just want to start off by saying that when we come to the Board of Zoning Appeals, in order to approve a variance, it has to meet all 5 conditions per state law. As we went through last week, condition 1 meets the requirements for a variance, but when you get down to condition 2, the conditions above apply to several other properties in the area. So this number 2 would not qualify them for a variance based on that alone. And then when you get down to number 4 here, the authorization of a variance will not be of substantial detriment to adjacent property or to the public good, and the character of the district will not be harmed by granting the variance. The granting of this variance could set a precedent and change the character of the neighborhood if other residents applied for concrete patios and variance requests were approved. Concrete patios and expansions in general into the side setbacks would go against the character of this district. So this is another point that could potentially disqualify them for approval of the variance. And then when you get down to 5, there were extraordinary circumstances because it is a narrow lot and it is hard to build on, but that's also how that neighborhood was designed. So staff we did speak to a stormwater engineer. They came out and they alleviated our concerns about any drainage. I actually did a site visit during a heavy rainstorm and there was no flooding caused by this patio being there. The flooding was actually out. They have a square out in the middle that was underwater, but they had no standing water in between these 2 properties. It was actually 3 properties down near AC unit, not in any relation connected to their properties that had water issues. So I will put out there that there wasn't any drainage issues because of this. However, due to the case not meeting all of the above conditions per state law, staff is required to recommend denial of this variance. And we also ask that the concrete patio be removed within 30 days of this meeting for a condition. At this time, so the last thing you're gonna do is make a motion. You can make a motion to approve. If you make a motion to approve this application, you will have to state your findings of facts, and you will have to go through all 5 conditions and tell how they have met all 5 conditions per state law. Or you can make a motion to approve with conditions, and you're gonna do your findings of fact, and you're gonna state what those conditions are. Or, the last one, you would deny the application, with the condition that it would be removed within 30 days or whatever the board sees fit. So at this time, we have the applicant here, and I will let her come up here and speak and give any additional information that she might have. And then
I'm okay. I
You're
wanted to
good.
like respond. Last time there was not truth being told, so
Okay.
I wanted to respond when things are said.
Okay. Um, did you guys?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yep. You can go ahead and open up the public hearing.
Hello, Kevin Brakowski, 257 Garden Gate Circle East, the neighbor adjacent to the Salernos. And I would just like to make one final comment before you gentlemen recommend or render your decision. And that is, it seems that my neighbors, didn't feel that they needed to seek out permission. I guess they say that they didn't know, but like I said, I had a conversation in 2023 with Mr. Salerno that he would have to get permission to pour such patio, and so they flouted getting permission. They have flouted all the rules and the local regulations. The Hardyville Municipal Code says that you shouldn't be building these types of structures on the side of the houses. The front setback or the back setback is fine, but not on the side. And so, as I say, that they flouted all the regulations in regards to this, and I ask that the board recommend that the variance be denied and that the patio be removed. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Hello, I'm Diane Ryrie. I moved into Magnolia Walk in December of 2020.
Oh, what's your address?
I'm a hearing impaired. I don't know what you're saying to me.
What's your address?
Your address.
Your address.
Oh, my address, 18 Garden Row Drive,
Thank you.
south. My north side of the house is across from these two. I actually feel like that I'm not here to support one or the other. I'm here to support everybody in our neighborhood. And with that, I sent a letter, and I will read that to you. I sent it to the zoning committee. I am writing to formally express my opposition to the variance request for the property at 239 Garden Gate East, owned by Laura and Tyler Salerno. While I understand that some neighbors have voiced their support for the variance, I am deeply concerned about the long-term implications of granting this exception. The zoning regulations are in place to maintain uniformity, protect property values, and prevent encroachments that could negatively impact neighboring homeowners. The decision to allow a variance in this case would set a concerning precedent for future requests, making it easier for others to seek similar exemptions that could alter the character and integrity of our neighborhood. This could lead to an increase in non-compliant structures, drainage issues, noise disturbances, and potential impacts on property values across the community. It is also important to consider that the zoning committee has previously stated that the small lot sizes in the neighborhood do not allow for additional expansions or attachments. If this is the standing guideline, in granting this variance would contradict established zoning principles and weaken the enforceability of these regulations in the future. Furthermore, I understand that Kevin Brokowski has raised valid concerns regarding drainage, and I think you talked about that here. And that have all of these things have made an overall impact on his property. These issues directly affect his right to be for his peaceful enjoyment of his home. And they highlight the importance of upholding zoning laws as they are intended. While I empathize greatly with Laura and Tyler, it is the responsibility of every homeowner to ensure compliance with both HOA and city zoning regulations before making modifications to their property. Approving these variances would send the message that zoning requirements are optional rather than necessary. For these reasons, I respectfully urge the committee to deny this variance in order to preserve the integrity of our neighborhood, maintain fair and consistent enforcement of zoning laws, and protect the property values and quality of life for all residents. And I wanted to point out that nobody came to my door. Nobody came to ask me what I thought. So all of this petition or whatever I'm feeling concerned that there are other neighbors that weren't involved in making this decision either. And so I felt that it is needed to understand that this variance could affect all of us later on. So I do respectfully suggest that you do not accept. Thank you.
Thank you.
Laura Salerno, 239 Garden Gate Circle East. We did follow all of the rules that we were aware of. We were not going to just listen to a random man that lived next door who laid on the ground and said, I'm 6 feet tall. You can't come this close to my property line, and just assume that we were supposed to listen to him. She does not live in front of us. She lives in front of the 2 houses to the right to us, and her neighbors spoke last time about pouring concrete and got a variance approved. Their concrete is less than 3 feet to her property line. So it's very confusing that she is so concerned about my property and our concrete when she has concrete very close to her property line. There's pictures of it submitted as well. We also, yes, Alex and Steph, they got concrete poured, and it's close to your property line, less than 3 feet.
I'm impaired.
All right, folks, let's just stick.
Okay.
Address.
We also should be able to enjoy our home and our property. Like they had said, the concrete actually has improved the flooding. It is when it rains in between us, there is no flood water. So I'd greatly appreciate you approving our variance.
Thank you.
Could you explain what she said to me?
That's for the chair then to determine.
She basically is saying that, and it really doesn't make any difference, but there is concrete close to your property that was done. I don't know if it was done with approval or without approval. Can't say. This is the first time that we're hearing about this.
What was it?
It's the driveway.
Okay, it's a driveway. Chances are, this was done through the builder and got the variance at that time. Don't know. First time it's come up.
Not an issue for
It's
the
not part of this discussion, okay? So let's
As
just,
it's the driveway, it slopes downward and the water sheds into the street and
Okay.
into the sewer.
All right.
So it's not a flat surface like their patio.
we're dealing with a different situation. We're dealing with this at hand. This is what we have to address. So, any questions from the board members?
No, I don't have a question.
Okay. All right, so based on the information that came through the city, and based on the fact that this did not meet all the criteria set forth, I'm going to basically say that yeah, not to approve this, and anybody want to make a motion?
Yeah. Do you mind?
Go for it.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to deny this request based, it meets three of the 5 criteria. I do not believe that it meets number 2 nor number 4. And so I make a motion to deny.
And I'll second the motion.
And motion will pass.
Now, do we want to put a condition on about clearing it?
Well, the condition is it has to be removed within 30
We
days.
didn't say that. We need to say that.
No, I did not. You want to amend the motion?
Yeah, I'd like to amend the motion to specifically say that this present structure must be removed within 30 days.
Okay, I second that motion. Approved. Yep.
Since you put the 30 days on there and the discussion, I would like to let the applicant know also, if they come to the city, then we can work on that and help them with some options for that removal and/or the, so there might be a few days difference, but we will monitor that and keep you informed.
Okay. Okay, I ask for motion to adjourn.
Also move.
Second.
Passed.
Thank you all.